We will now go to the next session. We have 2,000 people connected, more than 2,000 that is connected to you, to us, and this is really thrilling for us. We thank you for your comments, for your questions. Most of you are asking about how to use AI with in international commerce, global businesses. This new presentation, it's about smart business, the development of ADA, the AI of Connect Americas. To get to know the IDB, Microsoft work together with developing the ADA, this technical assistance for artificial intelligence. They will be sharing how it was built and how you can use it. I would like to welcome Shuli Jimenez Orjuela, that is a specialist for the IDB sector, and also Christian Volpe, that is the main advisor, economics principal advisor, and also Eliane Elbaum, that is CEO of Microsoft AI, and Valentina Alonso, machine learning engineer. Thank you so much for being here. Welcome. Thank you. It's a pleasure for me to be able to participate in this session with all these speakers. Thank you so much for inviting us. Thank you, Valentina, Christian, for being part of this AI accelerator. I think this is a chance to tell you some of the challenges that we are facing, some of the difficulties that we have that we have seen when we implement AI. For us, it was not, it was a technical decision to adopt and to choose Microsoft. We need assistance, we need technical a vision, and for us, the challenge was how to incorporate, how to have more possibilities to connect ourselves with the data that Connect Americas was gathering. They have been using all the through these years to be able to use all that information. And this is thanks to all the companies that have joined this network that is now 11 years. And so this is very dynamic. First, I would like to tell you how this opportunity arose. Valentino, I will give you the word also because Valentino, he was one of the motors of the engine behind how to take this solution to a concrete, to an application. And I would like to ask Christian how we are applying this tool in IDB to understand where the opportunities are going to be and how to orient ourselves with that. This is going to be the how we will be going to organize our session for today. Are you seeing my screen now? Yes, and I won't put it in complete screen. Maybe you can share that in a full screen. Thank you. There you are. Probably some of you, of the users that are connected today, have already accessed ADA. If not, we will tell you what it is. From last year, we started to use this to think about which will be the idea to have artificial intelligence in Connect Americas. We have been working for 15 years. We have a very complete network of a lot of users, of companies that have created their profile of company in Connect Americas, even though Connect Americas has different ways to find these contacts. We wanted to have a more efficient, a more near tool to interact with this data, a more useful tool. So how can we leverage all the information and all the data that we have in Connect Americas? So we started with a first version of what we called ADA, that is an assistant of business that is powered by artificial intelligence for clients, suppliers, strategic allies, and in a very customized way. I will tell you now how this is done. In a very general manner, Connect Americas know to focus in small and medium enterprises in Latin America and the Caribbean. We help them participate in the value chain and in be able to export and to work with other companies around the world. Our mission is to take them in a concrete and practical way, different platforms, different training. ADA is like one of the components of Connect America to a tool to make this system more digital one. Our idea now is to talk about ADA, but it's how we use this tool to have to try to have an approximation or a look of the different components and functionalities that we have through Connect Americas, because we have lots of solutions that are regarding commerce, business, more public procurement, public sales. We have developed lots of tools and that want to get direct investment, that is internationally, direct international investment. The small and medium companies, they want to explore, to discover contacts that are relevant for their businesses. We have lots of companies that participate in our spaces, in our markets, but sometimes it is difficult to understand or to know who to contact first. We have lots of searches, we have some filters for those searches, but sometimes they ask the user to do a very manual work. So we try to make it more effective. We know that the time the small and medium enterprises is very limited. They don't have maybe the capacity or the time to make a research, to make an investigation for markets, for contacts, for potential clients. So that is why we started to think about ADA for an assistant for the small and medium enterprises to find these relevant contacts. What we did is to create this assistant that it's a chatting system that is connected together in Connect Americas, where the users can use the system, can help ask for help for, as I mentioned, potential clients, and ADF filters or combines different criteria. They look for strategic allies together to work, and also they ADA combines, suggests contacts that have to do with your specific criteria. The goal is that the people that are using ADA are not a long time, they don't spend too much time looking or searching, and they can spend more time talking with those direct contacts. When we're talking about the opportunities AI brings us as a multiplier for SMEs, from their perspective, we hope that ADA accelerates the identification of contacts that are relevant for new markets, and that it can facilitate or can make easy the smart the commercial intelligence and allow to test new strategies to for contacting new clients with less cost and less time. What we are doing, what are our efforts to connect with new clients? We want to support new businesses with these opportunities of new marketing opportunities, new business, and we also would like to scale and to bring a more customized tool regarding the area, regarding the sector, to better suppliers, to understand which are the needs of each company that are part of this network, and also to optimize the search, to improve them and to improve the tools that are available for them.
So I want to say that this is not magic. This is artificial intelligence. It's not magic. And it's a tool, and the quality of this tool will be determined by different factors. One of them is the quality of the results. So we have to prioritize. You know that the companies will contact the correct person. And something that is also important is data and privacy. These are our recommendation is not to share sensible information, and we have to use the tool with an ethical and responsible use. We also want to say that you have to have realistic expectations. Is not that this will sell everybody, but you will be more efficient in your own business. And also, this is a work that will appreciate your feedback. Who will you are the direct users, and please tell us what you feel and how is it that we can better work together. We are trying to improve the tool to make it more efficient and to be good or used that for the different clients, making it more efficient and understanding that there are certain restrictions at every single level. But we need to have the best partners and alliances as you and the different companies. So I would like to finish. The connecting with different international providers is easier thanks to Ada that understands the needs of your business and giving you personalized information for a better bond on link with different clients and providers. We also you can also look for different providers that are alike with your needs. So Ada will read your file and will suggest different clients. You will be saving time and you will be connecting directly with the different clients that you need in first hand. So it's a smart way of connecting with buyers and partners at a global level. So we invite you to access the platform and to give your feedback. We are learning. This is an interaction space, and we also recommend that you have a very good company profiles in Connect America. If you have poor profiles, we are not going to have the possibility to give you more recommendations, which are aligned to your profile. That's why we ask you to use the tool by creating a very strong profile in Connect America. Yes, put your love in those business profile because this will help the algorithm to recommend your company in other searchers and to have better matches. And now I'm going to go to Valentina. Thank you very much for being here, and the floor is yours. Hello, uh, I'm Elian Elbam. I was introduced before, but I'm manager of Microsoft AI for Good Lab in Uruguay. I'm with Valentina Alonso, who works as a machine learning engineer at Microsoft AI for Good Love. We would like to tell you about this Good Lab that we have in Uruguay. It's a lab that is worked by Microsoft, but it's actually from the government, and it's part of the innovation policy with the previous that started the previous government, and this government goes on with it in order to help the different SMEs and startups that don't have so many resources to scale and to start using artificial intelligence in order to have this starting point in an easier way. So basically, we are an accelerator of solutions, and we work with different companies. Here we did it with the IDB, but we also do it with different companies in Uruguay and in Latin America in order to use artificial intelligence in a more profitable way, especially with this technique that is called leapfrogging, in order to make these companies avoid these common problems. We also guide them in a very concrete way about the different technical solutions that are best for them. We call it an accelerator because all the companies get to that point in which they experiment, try, investigate, research, and this takes time. And time also means resources. So the Uruguayan government, together with Microsoft, are working with the companies, helping them to invest, yes, in a smart way. We have a methodology that is already approved since 8 years ago, that it is based on fast prototype, which means that we have several processes. Then we can talk about that. And then we get to the key points. And this key point is to receive a data set. So which is the data that we will have to work on this case. And we do the first intervention by helping the different companies and institutions to understand in a better way how to work with those data, to understand better how to transform those data for them to be profitable, yes, and to be able to be consumed by LMS. And we start ordering all those data that we all have and that we need to organize when we start a system. Because if not, the information won't be enough, yes, or it will be too disorganized. This is common knowledge for all the companies. So in this sense, this first intervention that has to do with ordering those data, thinking about how to make the questions, how to improve the information that the companies give us. So what we do is to incentivize the companies to put love in the way in which they provide the data and the information, because this will be better for them and this match will be easier to make. And then we also invite them to come in person to our lab for this stage of fast prototype, in which we'll be working 4 hours per day for 4 days. So we will have many hours working together with our experts. Will be working with them. Vale was working with them actually, and we start doing this capacity transference, yes, what we call hands-on. And we make the planning and the architecture of your company, yes, for it to work with your company. And this business will have a prototype that is already working, yes, and has already been tested. So this company will have will be from an idea to a prototype in only 2 months. Yes, so we are just helping them to use the new technology, but we know that this is a very reduced time. Yes, many times the companies take much longer. So this lab will actually be helping you for this time to be reduced.
Yo les quería contar sobre eso,
I wanted to
sobre,
tell you
bueno,
about
de
this,
qué se trata el lab,
what
cómo
this lab is
trabajamos
about, and how
y
it
estar abierto
works.
para preguntas
And
también.
I also would like
Trabajamos
you
también
to make any questions that you want.
con un mandato para todo
We
LATAM,
also
no solo para
work
Uruguay.
with a different
En ese
mandate
sentido, creo
from all Latin
tenemos que
America,
decir
not
acá
only
también,
Uruguay. So all the companies that are here,
son de todo LATAM, así que estamos
which
abiertos
are
a poder
all
trabajar con
around
ustedes
Latin
también.
America, we are
Y le doy
open
la
to work
palabra a
with you
Vale
as
para que
well.
les
And
cuente un
now
poquito más
Vale
sobre
will tell us a little
específicamente
bit
qué fue lo que
more
hicimos
about
con el
what we
Bueno,
did
un gusto a todos.
specifically
Muchas
in the
gracias por
laboratory.
recibirnos.
Thank
Estamos
you
muy
very
contentos
much.
de ver que
We are very
Ada ha
happy
salido a la
to
luz porque
see
lo hizo
that
en sus
Ada
inicios y estamos felices que
has
hayan seguido
started
avanzando en el
working.
desarrollo. Ada,
So
para mí fue un
we are
proyecto
very, very
súper
happy.
particular que
Ada
implicaba todo
was a
esto
very
que estábamos
important
hablando de
project
entender los
that
datos y
was
hacer
related
como una
to
primera
all
instancia
these that
de
we are
qué
talking,
tenemos y a qué
understanding
queremos llegar.
data,
Entonces, en ese
and
sentido, los primeros pasos que
thinking
trabajamos con
about
el
what
equipo
we
fue,
have and where we
ok,
want to go.
entendamos
So the
de qué
first
datos
steps
partimos y
is
cómo podemos hacer
which are
para
the data that we
transcribir
have
realmente en el
and
mayor detalle
what is
posible
it
todas las
that, how
empresas
is
que
it that we
somos
have
parte del
to do
ecosistema de Conecta Américas.
to
Entonces, el
work
primer
with
trabajo
all the
fue lograr
companies on
generar una
Connect America, in
definición
Connect
para cada
America. So
compañía
we
lo más
had to
completa
make a
posible.
description
¿Por
for
qué
each
haríamos
business,
esto?
for each
Para tener
company
dos
in a very
objetivos
complete
principales.
way,
Primero que
for
nada,
two
poder chatear
main
con esos datos. Entonces,
objectives.
usamos cierto
First, to
tipo de
chat with
servicios
that data.
que tiene la nube de Microsoft Azure
So we
para justamente
use
poder
with
hacer ese
we work
chat
with
con
Microsoft
datos
Azure
prolijos y
for
procesados.
working with
Y en
this
segundo lugar, si uno tiene
data
una
in a more
descripción
processed
detallada de cada
way. And
compañía,
also
también
we
puede
have a
obtener
description of the
la
company, a
cadena de
more
suministro
detailed
que
one.
va
We also
acompañando a esa
have
empresa. Es
the
decir,
value
qué
chain
posibles mercados
that
pueden ser target para la
and the supply
compañía, qué
chain that they
posibles
need,
clientes
which
podría tener
is
una
the
empresa como
target
esa,
market, which
qué
is the
posibles mercados pueden
target
tener oportunidades
audience,
de negocio. Es
the
decir,
target partners.
definiendo las reglas de
So
lo que
we started
luego en etapas
defining the
posteriores
different
hoy día
rules
llamamos match, o
that
sea,
we will
definiendo qué
call a
efectivamente es un
match.
match
We
entre dos
will
empresas.
define which were
Entonces,
the
dada
matches
esa
between
descripción de cada
two
compañía, obtuvimos
different companies.
todos estos
So
mercados que
with
podrían
those
ser parte de ese match
descriptions,
para
we
luego hacer
had
una búsqueda
all the
inteligente
markets
usando
for these
servicios que se
matches.
conocen como base de datos vectoriales,
And
pero
then
no quiero entrar en el
we
detalle
started
técnico, así que
working
no lo voy
with
a aburrir, no se
this
preocupen.
technical
Utilizando muchos servicios
idea
que nos van a
of
permitir hacer esa búsqueda
vectorial
inteligente y
data.
macheando
But
realmente
actually, what
en
we
el
had to
contenido
do was
semántico de lo que
to
hace cada
see
empresa.
how to
Por eso es que
match
también
the different
decíamos
companies.
que ADA realmente entiende la cadena
So
de suministros, entiende
Ada
todos los procesos de cada
understand the
empresa
supply
para,
chains
para
and the
lograr hacer
processes
matches
of each
que
company in order to
aporten valor
make
para
good
ambas partes.
matches that will be
Exacto.
an added value for each company.
No, millones de gracias. Ay, perdón, dale.
No,
ya.
no, no, solo iba a decir una aclaración.
Just to add or to
Con gusto les
clarify
compartimos más
that we
si
will
después les interesa sobre la
share
solución
more if you're
técnica
interested
específica que
about this
hicimos,
technical
de
solution
si de
specifically.
arquitectura o cosas
If you would
necesitamos
like
que
to
ver
know more
con la
about the
aplicación técnica,
architecture or
por ahí pueden
the
compartir
technical
también
app,
nuestros correos, ahora los
you
ponemos
can
ahí en el
also
chat para
share
que nos puedan
our
contactar.
emails.
Pero bueno, no
Just in
sabemos
case you
mucho del
want to
público,
contact
entonces
us,
tampoco
but
queremos
we don't know
aburrir
which is the
con
public that we have, so we don't want to be very technical.
No, está perfecto.
Well,
Valentina,
it's
Elian,
perfect. It's very
gracias a ustedes.
clear.
Para
Thank you
nosotros
very
fue un placer
much,
poder trabajar con
Valentina and
ustedes en
Eliane.
ese sprint
It's
de
been a
diseño.
pleasure to
Estuvimos
work with
aquí,
you.
algunos
We
conectados
have been
remotamente,
working
otros en el lab
with you many
físicamente,
times,
y eso fue una
remotely,
experiencia que nos
sometimes
enriqueció
physically
muchísimo,
in the lab, and that
especialmente
was a
porque esto lo
great
hicimos hace
experience
aproximadamente un año.
because
Y
we
hace un
started like
año
1 year
las cosas eran muy
ago.
diferentes de lo
And
que hay
1 year
hoy, ¿no?
ago, it was a
Definitivamente
very
las
different
aplicaciones han
condition.
evolucionado,
Especially
también
different
nuestro
apps
se ha
have
refinado y eso
evolved a
fue un
lot.
poco
Our
el valor
knowledge has evolved
que
as
nosotros
well.
queremos resaltar
And
en este
this
espacio
is what we want to
desde las
highlight.
primeras conversaciones con
That
el lab de
these
Uruguay
first
nos abrieron la cabeza, nos
talks
ayudaron a ver
were
desde una
very
perspectiva lo que era viable, lo que no era
open-minding,
viable,
and
con lo que teníamos en el
we could
momento
see
y
what
también
was
eso nos ha dado
possible and
la
what was
posibilidad
not.
pues de
And it
entender
gave us
mejor
the opportunity
cómo
to
se puede
understand in a better
integrar, ¿no?
way
Y
how
que haya al
to
final arrancar por
integrate
algo
And we had a starting point. We had a very a huge ecosystem of companies, but we started applying all the filters in order to understand which was the data that was necessary to have in order to be ready to give a better recommendation or a better match to the different companies. So those were the companies that the data and the tools that help us to make that refinement. We learned a lot with you. And so now we go to Christian. He has been working very intensively with this project in order to understand data, how it was done, and how the users are using it. So please, Christian, tell us why is it important to make these validations after the ADA has been implemented.
Thank you so much, Julie, for the invitation. Welcome, everyone. It's really a pleasure for me to be here today in this session about ADA and to share it with Eliane, Valentina, and with you. What I would like to mention is a complementary perspective. This is the perspective of an economist. As Valentina mentioned, I will try not to talk about too many technical terms, technical issues. I'm not going to make an equation, but I'm going to tell you why it is important to make some analysis regarding Connect Americas. How is generally Connect Americas using, and with this type of tool, such a particular tool as ADA. We have an audience with a lot of entrepreneurs, businessmen, businesswomen, the companies that you're facing, all companies are facing a lot of barriers, a lot of limitations. There you have tariffs, we have transport costs, we have costs associated with the regulations for international commerce in your country, in the other country you're going to export, and especially you have the lack of information that we usually have as organizations. This is a problem that still is existing, even though we have a lot of information, even though we have the internet. It has to do with the frequency of appearance and with the type of information that we have. These are really strong gaps that we have, and which is the process of exportation, of importation, which is the information regarding transport, which are the potential markets that we have, where can I sell my products, which are those channels of commercialization of those products. Something that Julie was mentioning before, which is our potential client, which is our potential buyer of my product. This is the main question that we have to answer. This is the first question that we have to answer for the organization. This is the question that an organization makes when they want to export their product, when they want to sell their products. How can I solve these issues? The first thing when they establish these agencies is agencies that promote exportations. They ask a lot of information. They give a lot of information to these companies, which is the strategy, which is the policies. From the IDB in the bank, we have made a lot of studies to assess this politics, to give evidence, impact evidence to the companies, and also to support design and support the operations that the bank already has for these companies. We have found a lot of effective support, and we have found that this has to do with the amount of importations. How can they diversify? They need to know which are the destinations they are going to take their products. In a digital world, we have some platforms as Connect Americas. It is a very powerful tool based in technology, and it can help you solve these problems regarding information. Why? Because it allows the companies to look for potential buyers, potential suppliers, potential partners for their products and their services, and something that is not less, to be found by potential buyers. You need to be found as companies. Taking this into account, we, in order to support Connect Americas in general from the bank, we just took a study. We did a study recently to see how the development of the exporters impacts all these companies. We did this study in the companies with companies from Peru. The companies from Peru that are part of Connect Americas, they increase their exportations up to 16%. And this has to do with that this platform allows them to be seen, to be found by potential buyers abroad. This is especially shown in smaller companies that they were not present in social media. They didn't have their own website, and Connect Americas made them possible to be seen abroad. So sometimes for companies that are more this is important. We have digital visibilization around the world, and Connect Americas allows us to see, to be seen, to show the products. We have more than 200 companies in Connect Americas. We have the possibility to be seen, but anyhow, I need to do a search. Connect Americas reduces the friction that we have in information. They have an extra task. You can identify which are your potential partners. ADA can help you do this, can bring a help, an improved help to it helps you it helps the companies in the matchmaking and to bring evidence to them. And we have seen that ADA has helped with that. In Connect Americas, with a colleague from the University of Washington, Washington, D.C., and to determine which is the effectiveness of ADA, we need to see which are the search patterns that the companies have to determine how the tool affects this search, which are the mechanisms that are being used for this search, which are the results in terms with social, with partners, commercial partners, and which are the buyers, the suppliers, the effective one, which are the alternative mechanisms that we have to get in contact with them. It helped me to meet someone in person or not. These elements are really important for us to improve our tool. The first data that we have is that it improves the visibility of the companies. It improves the contact to the active connection with the other companies, and it helps us connect with them. But what happens with the business, with the commercial part? It's not, I mean, ADA doesn't make it a truthful negotiation or that they're going to sell your products, but it improves the connection. It helps you to in the chat, and we would like to invite all the audience here to contribute to use this tool, because in order to make it grow and to make it better, it's a task for all of us, so we can have more evidence, we can have more information to make this tool better. It is really fundamental. It's crucial that you complete your profile in Connect Americas, because the behavior of ADA has to do with the information it has. So if you complete, you have a better profile, then ADA will be better, will be working better. Our idea is to keep improving this tool. For all the community of Connect Americas, I thank your attention. and I'm available to answer any question that has to do. I can answer. I can, and I will be available to answer that. Thank you so much. We have several questions here. Thank you so much, Julie. Thank you, Valentina. Elion, thank you, Christian, for all your presentations about how ADA has impacted in Connect Americas, and thank you for telling us how you have created it. Specifically, we have some questions regarding what the tool brings the entrepreneurs and the businesswoman and businessman. Is this free or does it have a cost, Ada? And is it in English or is it in other languages? Ada gathers an audience, a regional audience. It is free of charge. The only way that you can access is being part of Connect Americas, creating your user profile in Connect Americas, an entrepreneur user. If you don't have a company there, then you can interact in a very limited way, yet with the platform. Many of the details of your business, of your company, of your product, of the services you can offer, the specifications, the description. You need to include a detailed description of your product, of your service. It will help the quality of the recommendations that you will get, that you will receive. Basically, you need a profile in Connect Americas, and now it is in Spanish and in English. You can interact in these both languages. We also have other questions regarding what ADA can bring us. Can I use it in other markets that I don't have previous experience, for example, in Europe? Can I ask a specific question regarding suppliers, for example, cosmetics suppliers in Mexico, for example? Yes, you have to make improved prompts, the specific prompts, then you will have a better answer of what you're looking for. It's not about um, mm, receiving magic answers, but trying to understand what am I looking, what am I searching there. I think with that I answered the question. Maybe Valentina, you would like to add something else regarding how to make a prompt or a certain data? I think it was super clear what you just mentioned, but I would like to highlight that the quality of the answer has to do with the quality of the data. If you're asking about sustainable packaging in Mexico, at least I need to make sure that there's a company in Connect Americas and they have a profile with love, as Julie mentioned before. It has to be a very detailed profile, especially when we are talking about generative AI. The quality of the answer has to do with the data that are in the application, that are there in the tool. So remember to complete your profiles and to keep them updated. That is very important. Christian, I think you wanted to mention something else. Yes, Julie. What we found is very interesting. The prompt is very important. The answer is very important, and to learn and to use our human intelligence to leverage the artificial intelligence. What we see, they don't ask in the initial prompt certifications of the potential buyers, but then when they receive the recommendations, that recommendation has a certification, it improves or then we rise our capability or our idea to work with that company. So we need to learn that the tool helps us to understand what we were looking for at the beginning. Maybe we were not sure what we were looking. The tool helps us understand that what is important for us. There's another question for Microsoft Lab. The service of support that I'm working, I mean, Uruguay, that is being used in Uruguay, is that from other services it applies or supplies other services in other countries, or does it work only in Uruguay? The service of Lab, Microsoft Lab, it's not only for Uruguay, it's for the region. We will leave you our email, and so you can get in touch with us. You can write, and we can answer the questions you might have. But we are in all the region. Thank you. Another thing that I would like to add, something small, but for me it is really important to get in touch with the tool, to experience it, use it in an experiential manner. If you have a question regarding packaging in Mexico or whatever it is really good to make that question, to see what the answer brings you, and to use it with anything you would like. But because sometimes our expectations is lower to what the tool can do, or maybe other way around, our expectations are much higher. But try to leverage to get to use it because we have a great database. It's really powerful, technically speaking. And it's like another way or one viable way to do things, not to start from scratch. Maybe if I want to export to Europe, I will start there. I will ask the tool, what does it bring me? I put different prompts. Which companies are there in Europe that could buy my product? Try to experiment with that, with the way you make your question, to repeat your question, to use different prompts in a way then the system can look for different things with the initial question with the words that you initially put when we talk about the semantic part of the word that you are using. And this helps the user to how to make the search, to integrate, use different words. If you have some feedback, it will be really important for us to send it to the administrator of the page. I made this question and I didn't get any answer. And this strengthens the way that we are improving the tool. So please, if you have the answer that you were not expecting, give us feedback. This is an experimental user. It is very important to try to leverage and use everything that we have because it is free and it doesn't have no cost. Thank you.
100%. Ay, perdón, Isa, solo quería acotar ahí que nosotros también
I would
estamos
like
en
to
etapa de
say that
experimentación,
we
¿no?
are
Es
also
es un
experimenting
ciclo
with that,
virtuoso en el
with
sentido
this.
de
This
que
is
nosotros
just a
también
virtuous
esperamos que
circle,
estos estudios, estos
and
hallazgos
we
que está
also are
haciendo,
seeing how these
que se están
findings
hallando a
are
través del estudio
working.
de Cristian
We
y
are
y
seeing
el
how they
equipo, pues que
function, how
informan
they
también las
work,
decisiones sobre cómo
and
integrar AIDA
we are informing about
solamente
this,
para responder también una
the
de las
function, the
preguntas que vi en el
working,
chat.
and we are
AIDA está integrada a la
also
base de datos de
answering
ConnectAmericas, es decir,
to the
solamente
question on the
recomendamos
chat that
contactos
it's
que
integrated
están
to
registrados en
ConnectAmerica
ConnectAmericas.
a
Nosotros
platform.
procuramos
So we just
que las
recommend the
recomendaciones estén
contacts,
basadas
yes, and the companies that are
con
part
empresas que
of
estén
our
verificadas
ecosystem
por
within the
nosotros, es decir, que
ConnectAmerica.
cumplamos de alguna manera
These
con toda su
companies
constitución legal.
should be verified
Cualquier persona lo
within
puede
our
usar,
site.
pero las
So
recomendaciones que genera la
it's not that
plataforma van a
anybody
ser
can
aplicadas a partir
work
del
it,
nivel de
but
verificación de la
can work
empresa,
with it,
qué
but
tan
they
completo
will
está el
also
perfil y
give
qué otras
recommendations
insignias de
according to the
confiabilidad podemos
verification of
usar
the companies.
para dar
Yes, and we have definitely
alguna
some
suerte, ¿no? De aplicación de
confidence
que una
and
empresa
trustability
tiene mayor
verifications
match o
in order
afinidad
to
con la
see
tuya.
which is the
Entonces,
best match
solo
for
también
your
para
company.
que tengan eso en
So this is
consideración.
also to take into
Claro,
consideration.
y también ahí por el chat ya estuvimos mandando
And
los
in the
contactos de
chat,
Microsoft Lab, de
we
Eliana y de
also
Valentina, por si te necesitan alguna
send
ayuda, por si acaso
Eliana's
estás
and
en algún tipo
Valentina's
de
contact of
consulta con ellas,
Microsoft
puedes escribirles, igual
Lab.
en el correo follow-up que
You
vamos a mandar
can
esta tarde también
write
vamos a
them,
incluir esos
and we are
contactos
going to include
posibles
them
de datos.
in the email that we are
Y ya
going
por
to
temas de
send
tiempo, ya
next
vamos a
week.
empezar
And
a dar
just
cierre
we are
a la
going
sesión de
to
hoy.
close today because we don't have more time. Thank you everyone for participating. Thank you for this session about ADA. We have a lot of comments that people who are working with ADA, so that is great. We have many, many hearts. Thank you very much. Thank you for participating. Thank you.